Good morning, everyone. So let's begin. So you can either sit down or you can lay down. Up to you. If you're on the chair, you just sit in the chair. So in other words, get comfortable. You can close your eyes or soft gaze, whatever feels the best in your body. Okay, so get comfortable, however that may be for you. We're going to just start centering, grounding down. So just finding a place where you can just be. And then just start arriving into this space on your mat. Just letting go of whatever's happened in your day so far. It doesn't matter what happened in your day. It is what it is. Coming to your center. So wherever your center is, wherever your energy is coming out from. So that might be your heart center. It might be the tip of your nose, maybe the top of your head, your belly, wherever it is. It doesn't matter. Go to that space. And then from that space, begin to notice the energy moving out and do a little check-in with yourself. How are you feeling? And when we're checking out how we're feeling, it is without judgment or criticism. We're being kind. And there could be so many sensations, so many thoughts, so much stuff coming at you right at this moment. And it's okay. Once you start to pay a little bit more attention, it's going to start to slow down because you're acknowledging it. It just wants your attention, just like a bunch of 2-year-olds around you. It wants you right now. So just start noticing whatever there is to notice. As soon as you acknowledge something, more than likely it's just going to move on. And then while all of this is happening, start to notice the way you're breathing. If you were holding your breath, just begin to notice. Now let's just focus on the breath just a little bit more and just really feel ourselves breathing. And feel yourself breathing in more of a luxurious way. So enjoying that breath as it moves into the body. Really feeling fantastic as that breath moves out of the body. Just feeling as if it's a really beautiful, which it is, a beautiful, luxurious gift of just being able to breathe. Don't try to change your breath, just watch it come in and go out. And maybe you can notice where it's coming from. As you breathe in, maybe you notice it going through your nostrils, maybe a little bit through your mouth. Maybe you notice it coming into your chest. Maybe you can notice it coming down a little bit more into your belly. Maybe you can notice it coming out through the back of your lungs. Maybe the sides of your body. Just notice. Okay, and now let's just take a nice big breath in. Take it slow though. It's like you're taking little sips at a time through your nostrils. Filling yourself up, filling yourself up, filling yourself up until you can't. Fill yourself up anymore. I thought that was somebody reading too. It was the phone reading. Okay, come back to that breath. Come back to the breath. Sorry about the disruption. Okay, so you're feeling yourself up, filling up, filling up, filling up, and then slowly let it go. So you can let it go through your nostrils or your mouth, whatever you prefer. And then do that again. See if you can take in a little bit more oxygen. Fill up, fill up, fill up. Keep breathing in, keep breathing in. Breathing in, and then slowly let it go. And let's try that one more time. See if you can fill up a little bit slower, a little bit more. And as you exhale, see if you can exhale a little slower and a little bit more. Let a little bit more out. Good. And then when you're done, just resume your regular breathing. So it's that breathing that you don't even have to think about. It's automatic. And just take a moment to notice. Okay. Then give yourself a little stretch. So stretching out wherever you like. If you're lying down, it's a little easier. If you're sitting up, that's okay. Just reach your arms out, reach your legs out, give them a little shake. That's okay. Tickling toes, tickling toes. Good. And then come into, if you want to change your position, you can change your position. We're just going to start moving our bodies a little bit. So you don't have to stand up. If you want to stand up, you're very welcome to, but we can stay seated for now. Okay, so we're just going to start just moving our heads. So just moving your head left and right. So as if you're saying no. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Just moving that head from side to side. Try to sit up as tall as you can if possible. I have knee pads here if anybody wants a knee pad. So some people only have 3 left. So if anyone wants one, you want me to fill one too? Okay. Okay. And bring your head back to center. And then we're going to move our head up and down as if we were saying yes. So, but slow. A slow yes. Very, very slow yes. Up and down. Up and down. And you might notice things here. Whenever we're moving our bodies, we might notice some creaky cracky, maybe some things aren't moving as fluidly as you would like. We get kind of stuck sometimes. That's totally normal. It's okay. So we're not flinging our heads back. Let's do that one more time. Nice and slow. You might feel the upper chest and the upper back at the same time as we're moving our heads. And then bring your head back to good. And bring the shoulders. Bring the shoulders up, just up. We're not going to roll them yet. And then just slide them back down. So bringing them up and slide them down. 2 more times. Slide them up and slide them down. This next time, bring them up and see maybe your ears or your earrings can touch your shoulders. How high can you get those shoulders? Some people are going to be able to, some people are not. Good. And then bring them down, and then we're going to roll them back. Opening up that chest, feeling those shoulder blades slide down the back. Up and back. 2 more times. Up and back. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Good. If I say 2 more times or 1 more time? Don't remember. And I start talking and then I don't remember either. Okay, let's bring them up and then rolling forwards, opening up through that back. Up and rounding out through the back. Up, rounding out. Up, rounding out. And one more time. Up and rounding out. Now we're going to use the arms as well too. So we're going to bring the arms in front of us and then we'll circle them back behind us. Try not to slap anybody in the face. And up. And you'll notice how that shoulder joint is going, how that roundness in that joint is. That joint might not be so round. And one more time going backwards. Okay. And then we'll go forwards, up, and forwards. Inhaling up. Exhale it down. A couple more times. Up. Almost like we're swimming. Who swims here? 2 people. And one more time. Up. And down. Good. We can keep the hands down because your arms are probably a little tired now. So open up the fingers wide. Wiggle out the fingers. And then make our hands into fists. And then from the elbow, we're going to bend up. So little bicep curls. Up. See if we can touch the shoulders. Some people are going to be able to, some people can't. And then bring them all the way back down. Open up the fingers wide. Squeeze your hands. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And little bicep curls. Touch your shoulders. And then bring your hand back down. Okay, someone at home, I think, has their mute button on, not on. So if you can mute yourself, please. And then squeeze your hands tight, tight, tight. Bicep curl. See if you can touch your shoulders. And bring the arm down. And open up your fingers wide. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay, we're going to do some tapping. Okay, this is really something that you can do at any time when you're feeling anxious or stressed or tense, or you just need to just calm yourself down, okay, for whatever reason. So we're going to just get our fingers. This is lightly tapping, okay? So we're going to start at the crown of our head, and we're just going to gently tap. And you can move all around your head. Just tap. And sometimes it feels good to close your eyes. Just tap. And you can do fluttery fingers if you want, or pat. Patting or just tapping. So just on the top of the head first, top of the head. And then we're going to move down the forehead to the eyebrows. So you're just going to tap the eyebrows. Just to the center between the eyebrows and then outwards towards the temples and back again. So tapping, tapping, tapping. You can flutter your fingers as well if you want. If you're wearing glasses, you might need to take them off. I think I'm the only one doing them. Okay, and then we're going to move down to our temples. And then we're just going to tap at the temple area. You can apply a little bit of pressure, but not too much. It just should be very, very gentle, very soothing, very relaxing. Good. And then that movement's going to go underneath the eyes. There's that bone. And you're just going to tap, tap, tap underneath the eyes. You can go out towards the nose as well. Out to the temple, towards the nose. Yeah. And then the next time you're up towards the nose, you're going to go down and go underneath the nose. So that top upper lip, this is where you're going to tap. And you can use just 2 fingers if you want to, or all of your fingers. whatever works better. Okay. And then we're going to move down to the space between your bottom lip and your chin. You're going to tap there. Tap, tap, tap. And then there's different ways to tap. So you find whatever. Okay, and then from there, we're gonna go down the chin, down the neck to our collarbone. And we're gonna tap along the collarbone area. Okay, let's bring our right arm up. I'm going to mirror you. And you're gonna take your left hand and you're gonna tap from your armpit all the way down to your hip. Tap, 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 and then all the way back up again. And you can even go up your arm to your wrist if that feels good, and then all the way back down. Take a moment in the armpit area and then go all the way down. So there's lots of lymph nodes there. So you're stimulating them to release. Down. And you can tap as much as you feel comfortable. Like you can put a little bit more pressure onto it if you want, if that feels good. And then all the way back down. Okay, and then we'll do the other side. Okay, so raise up your other hand and then start tapping, starting from the armpit. You can tap up and tap down at your own pace. Tap, 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 tap. And let's do that one more time. All the way up, all the way back down. Good. Okay. Take a moment. The last one is our karate chop. So our hands are out, one hand to the palm, and we're just going to like that. You can go up and down this hand like that. Okay, let's do the other hand. Karate chop. And of course, this is just a little bit of tapping. This is the main one because you can actually do this anywhere. The other ones are a little bit more intimate and okay. And then just bring your hands down, just close your eyes and just know how you feel right now. Okay, open up your eyes, bring your hands onto your hips. If you want to stand up for this one, you can stand up to you. Okay. And that was enough sitting down. Okay, bend into your knees. We're going to start to move some hips around. Nice and slow. So we're like a hula dancer that's doing slow-mo. Slow, slow, slow. And feel free if you have a chair, if you need to hold on to something, or if you need to hold on to the wall or something. Nice and slow. And you can determine how much you bend your knees, how far you go forwards, and how far you go backwards. I think you have your volume on. I think you're not muted. So you might want to mute yourself. There might be a part where it might feel good just to stay there for a moment. And just hold it there, wherever that may be. Doesn't have to be very long. And then go in the opposite direction. Hopefully everyone's still breathing. I'm holding their breath and no one's gonna pass out yet, I hope. I mean, I do have my CPR training, but still. Okay, and then come up. And then let's just bring our arms down and we're just gonna kick our legs in front of us. So one leg and just playing again with our balance like we did last week. This time, this week, we're going to be playing with our balance again, but we're going to be transitioning from one pose to another pose. So a little bit trickier, but we take our time, we go slow, and we just notice how we're feeling and if we need to make any adjustments. Shake, shake, shake. Good. And then let's just shake everything out. Good. Okay, so let's make our legs just a little bit wider. Okay, if you need to hold on to something for this, you might need to. Okay. Okay, so we're going to be transitioning from up onto the toes to down. Okay, so up onto the toes and down. You don't have to go up very high. If you want to add the arms, you can. You don't have to. Your hands can be wherever you like. Okay, so up and down. Try to go slow. Yeah, she doesn't. Yeah, you need to mute yourself. I think that's fine, Oh, thank you.
I think she's.
Oh, I think Margaret, I think you too. You need to mute yourself.
But I'm just saying, devices.
There we go. Okay, let's do it one more time. Up and down. Okay, this time is going to be a little bit trickier. We're going to do one foot and then the other foot. So we're going to lift up one foot and down, and then the other foot. See, this is a little bit of a mind game here too. We're stimulating our brains. Good. And up and down and up. Breathing in, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time on each side. Inhale, inhale, and exhale. Good. Okay, a little bit different now. So we're going to lift up. So let's lift up the right foot, and we're going to cross the body. Okay, bring the hand down, cross the body, lift up. So you can still hold on to one hand if you need to. You need to hold on to something, and back and cross. So you're lifting up the opposite heel and up. Good. Up. Good. And up. One more time on each side. We didn't start on that side. One time on this side. And then the other side. Good. And take a moment here. We need to shake up things. Good. Okay. So it's a little bit trickier now. We're going to lift up our right heel and we're going to pivot it. So toes are facing that way. To the wall, to the poppy wall. We call this the poppy wall. This is the clock wall. Okay. This is right. This is left. Okay. Right? Is that correct? Okay. Right. Check with you. Okay. Bring your foot down. The clock wall foot, the left foot. Pick the heel up and then pivot it. Can everyone see what I'm doing? Does everyone know? Okay, so I'm lifting up the heel on the left foot and my toes are pointing to that clock wall now. So, and so is my knee somewhat. Okay, and then bring that foot back. Good. Now we're going to lift up the heel on the right foot and then point the toes to the poppy wall, right way. Good. And turn and back down. Good. Do it again. And turn. And turn. And down. Good. Now let's just shake out those ankles. Good. And we are going to come into, we're going to come into warrior two. Okay, so we are going to bring our, I'm going to stand like this so you can see me a little bit better. I'm going to take your right leg and we're going to bring it back. Okay. So we're not in warrior two yet, right? We have the back foot up. Okay, we're not in warrior one, although we can be. Let's actually start in warrior one. We have a little bit of more balance here. Again, if you need to hold on to something, please hold on to something. So warrior one, our hips are square, okay? Our back foot is about 45 degrees. You can have some space between the feet if you need to. Okay, front toes are pointing forwards, back toes are kind of pointing 45 degrees. Then to get into warrior two, we need to lift up that heel, turning the toes so they're more pointing towards the front of the room, okay? Then we pivot the foot and bring it to 90 degrees. So we have to lift up and turn like we were doing when we were just moving our heels around. Up and turn. Let's try that a couple times. Up and turn. And come back down again. Up, turn, down. Okay. Now, when we're in warrior two, we should have our heel, front heel, bisecting the arch of the back foot. Okay. So if you could draw a line from this heel all the way down, you could make a line there. Good. Okay. So we'll do it again without the hands. Okay. So lift up the heel, pivot, and then plunk that foot down. You have to kind of move it a little bit to get it back into warrior one. It's a little tricky. So if you don't want to do the warrior one, you don't have to, because it sometimes is a lot. Okay. So we can just stay here in our high lunge and then turn and turn. Again, if you need to hold on to something, hold on to something. You're bending still into this front leg. Pivot. Okay, we're going to stay here. I'm going to bring our warrior two arms out. So the front leg has a bend, back leg is somewhat straight, but you're not locking. Okay. And then with this front leg, there's a little external rotation happening. Okay, let's straighten out that front leg and we're going to reach up and look up. Okay, if you can only just bring one hand up, that's totally fine if you need to hold on. Then come back into warrior two. Good, and then let's do that again. Lift up, look up. Good, and then back to warrior two. And one more time. Lift up, look up. Good, back to warrior two. And now we'll tilt backwards. So tilt backwards. Good. Hold it there, breathe, equal weight through both feet. Excellent. Breathing, 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 and then coming back into warrior two. Okay, now we're gonna pivot again. We can keep the arms here. You can bring your arms down. We're gonna pivot that back foot into a high lunge, and then we're gonna take a step forwards. Bring the arms down. Everyone's still alive and breathing? Good. Good. Okay, let's just shake out those legs. Shake out the hips. Shake out everything because you might have made some tension somewhere in the body, more than likely. Okay. Now we'll do the other leg. So standing up nice and tall. We're going to slide the whatever this leg is, left leg back. And we're coming into that high lunge first. And then we can plunk it down into warrior one. Let's just try that first. So our hips are squared towards the front of the room. Good. We're holding it here. And then we're going to lift that heel up. So we're in a high lunge, bending into that front knee. You might have to move it a little bit and then pivot it into warrior two. So we're just gonna, don't worry about too much where your feet are. It's more, let's find that pivot, making it kind of more smooth, okay? So lift up and pivot. Pivot and down. Lift up and pivot. Pivot and down. Good. Breathing, making sure you're breathing. Lifting up and pivoting. And pivoting and coming back down. Good. Lift up and pivot. Good. Pivot and back down. So now let's find our warrior two stance. Okay, so again, the heel on the right foot is bisecting the arch on the back foot. Okay, and then we're going to reach our arms out and we're looking out over that right hand. Little external rotation on this front thigh. Okay, so the knees over top of the ankle, tracking into those middle toes. Okay, you don't have to have a big bend, just have to find balance here. Float your arms and breathe. Well, I don't mean like float. Well, I mean, if you want to do this, is fine. And what I mean is there's a cushion of air and your arms are floating on that cushion of air and they should be coming right out of your shoulders. And you're looking forwards. Your body's right between your legs. Take a moment here. And now we're going to straighten up and look up. So straighten your front leg, reach up, look up, and then come back into your warrior two. Good. And let's do it again. Look up, reach up, push down through your feet, and come back into warrior two. And again, look up, reach up. Good. Back to warrior two. And one more time. Look up, reach up. And back to warrior two. Okay, good. Now we'll tilt backwards. Backwards, yeah. Okay. So you don't have to go back so far. It's more of a side bend than a back bend. Okay, it's more of a side bend than a back bend. Even though I say go backwards, you're still going back towards the back leg. And we're still bending into that front knee. And your arms can reach either up towards the ceiling or back behind you. Up to you. Make sure you're breathing. Good. And then we'll come right back into our warrior two. Good. Now we'll do that pivot again. Pivoting. See if we can use the arms this time, bringing the arms up. We're high on that back toe. And then we'll take a step forwards. Good. Bring the arms down. Good. Shake it out. Good. Do some shaking around. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. God. Okay. We are going to practice chair now. Okay. So if you have a chair, you can sit in the chair, but try not to sit in the chair. So when we're so if you're in a chair, that's okay. So we want to just almost be sitting in the chair. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Okay. So we're going to bring our feet. You can bring your feet together if you prefer, or you can keep a little bit apart, like hip width apart. It's entirely up to you. Okay. Both are okay. We're going to bring the arms up, reach up. And then we're going to bring the hands together and bring our hands towards our heart. Good. And then we're just going to bend the knees and just sit a little bit and come back up again. Okay, so we're just going to go up and down a few times just to warm those joints up a little bit more. Try to glue all 10 toes into the ground when you're doing this. And again, if you're using a chair and you need to hold on to a chair to do this, that's totally fine. Okay, there's always options. Okay, so come back up, shake out the knees a little bit. Then we're going to come into our chair. So we're going to sit down as if there's a chair behind you and you're just about to sit into the chair. Okay, pull the belly button in. Keep your heart open. Try not to do a cow. Tuck the tailbone just a little bit. Okay, we want it more of a neutral back. Neutral back has a curve in it. Okay, you should feel your thighs working here. Yeah, yeah, that's totally fine. Okay, let's lift all the way back up. Reach up, then bend into your knees. And if it feels okay for you to fold forwards, you can go all the way to touch your toes. If that doesn't feel good, just bring your hands to your thighs and stay here halfway. Okay, if it feels good to touch your toes, touch your toes. The more you bend your knees, the more it's going to help to support your back. You can let your head hang if you want to, if that feels okay in your body. Make sure you're breathing. Okay, then slowly we're going to come back up. Slowly. Slowly. Because if you come up too fast, you sometimes get dizzy. Head normally likes to come up last. It's usually a good thing to do. Come up, and then let's bring those arms all the way above our heads. Give a little bit of a stretch. Good. Bring our hands down towards our heart. Now, before we do another one, we're going to do some cows and cats. So bring your hands down to your thighs, and we're going to inhale. So an exaggerated curve of the spine, pushing your heart forwards, lifting up your chin, and then exhale, round out your back. Okay, so the whole back, you want to curve the whole back. Again, cow, inhale, and exhale. Good. One more time. Inhale, and exhale. And then come all the way back up to stand. Okay, let's try that chair again. So we're going to inhale those arms up, reach up, and bring your hands towards your heart, push down through your feet, and then we're going to sit. So that neutral space between your cow and the cat is that's where how you want your back to be. And we're just about to sit into that chair. You can keep your hands at your heart, or maybe you want to bring them up to you. This is more effort if you bring your arms up. Pull your belly button in, breathe. Try not to allow the legs to splay apart. Try to keep your knees in line. Kind of like a little magnetism here. Okay, let's come all the way up. Were you breathing? Okay, and then all the way down. So either halfway lift or touch your toes again. Bend into the knees. Hold on to something if you need to. Let your head hang if that feels okay in your body. Make sure you're breathing. Good. And then come all the way back. Up. Nice and slow. Head comes up lots. You can bring your arms up and give yourself a nice big stretch. It's always good to lengthen through your body. And then bring your arms all the way down. Good. Okay. I'm going to add on to that just a titch. Just a titch. Okay. I'll face this way. Okay. So we're going to come back into that chair. We're going to do a little twist. Okay. You can go as far as you're comfortable. Okay. This time we're going to bring the legs together, if that is possible for you. We want to try to squeeze them in. Okay. Okay. So inhale the arms up, hands to the heart, and we're going to sit into our chair. Now it's a comfortable chair. Okay. Good. We're going to hold it here. Push your hands together, and it's just your upper body which is going to twist towards the right. Okay, so we can twist like this staying upright, or maybe you bring that elbow down. Up to you. Up to you. You can stay here or here. Oh, very good, everybody. Good. And then come back to center and stand up. Good. And then bring those arms all the way down. Open up your mouth. Exactly like that. Good. Do that. Do that. Because we tend to tighten in our jaw. Did you feel that? Yeah. Let's do the other side now. Inhale the arms up. Reach up. Hands to your heart. And again, push down through your feet and sit into your comfy chair. Good. You know, like Warrior Two, where I say the arms are floating. This one is just you're sitting. You're just relaxing into your chair. Good. Okay, now your right arm is going to come over towards your left, or you can stay upwards. So twist this way, or you can come down. Up to you. Breathe, and then untwist, and then come all the way back up. Excellent. And then open up your arms, and we're going to go all the way down. Unless you want to do a halfway lift, you can bring your hands to your thighs or touch your toes. You can open up your legs a little bit, and you can dangle here. So dangling is a little bit different. If you want to hold on to your elbows, bend into your knees a little bit more, and just feel as if you were like a rag doll. You don't have to hold on to your elbows if you don't want to. And if you like, you might want to sway from side to side. Okay. If you're moving, try to find some stillness. And then we'll slide our hands and our body all the way up. Head comes up last. Go nice and slow. Take your time. Give yourself a nice big stretch. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Good. And then bring your hands down. Good. Okay, I think we should need to shake here a little bit. Shake it out. Wiggle the hips out. Move the jaw around. Stick out your tongue. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Good. Okay. I think we can get back down onto the ground any way you want. If you want to do it a very fluidly way, you can, or just sit down or sit on your chair. Yeah. Okay, so if anyone wants, oh, I think I left my blocks way back there. That's where they are. Yeah, if anyone wants to get a block to sit on, or a knee mat, would you like this? This one, you can sit on that, or there's some blocks back there. Because sometimes sitting isn't that comfortable.
A lousy driver.
Yeah, that's okay.
Careful, Jim.
Just, does anyone want one of these blocks?
And we're good to eat it in, but right away it's not.
It's okay.
There you go.
Okay, does anyone want a block?
No.
No, you're okay, it's okay. Okay, the nice things about these two things, if you don't have, or if you have a rolled up blanket or yoga mat or whatever at home, you can use these to sit on. So when you're sitting on this, you sit on the very, very edge of it, and it helps to tilt your pelvis. So you sit here, and then your pelvis tilts. So then your back automatically goes straight. The same thing with the block. You sit on the edge, and you can just sit on the edge, and it just helps to support you, and your back is a little bit straighter. Okay, you can even stretch out your legs like this, like it works. Okay, and then other people like to sit like this. It helps to raise you up, but it just depends on your knees. Okay, so you do you figure out how it works for you, and sometimes it's just trial and error on what works and what doesn't work. And from day to day, we're different people every day. We feel different every day, depending on depending on the circumstances, what has happened to us the day before, how our knees are feeling, how our hips are feeling, how our skin is feeling, how we are feeling up in our heads. Okay, so we're going to take our hands like this. So one hand is going to be on top, one hand is going to be on the bottom. So we're going to start there. Okay. Does it notice which hand is on top and which hand is on the bottom? Okay. So pay attention to that first of all. And the hands are behind you. So you really have to pay attention on which hand is left. Then you're going to start to. Okay, I hear talking. Then we're going to walk our hands and see if we can grab hold of our wrists. Some of you will be able to do this, some of you won't, and that's okay. Just notice if you can. If you can do this, see if you can grab hold of your forearms. And again, some of you will be able to, some of you won't, and that's totally fine. Wherever you are, stay where you are. If you can go further, grab hold of your elbows. Grab hold of your elbows. Again, some of you will be able to, some of you won't be able to. There's reasons for this. The reasons are shoulder, yeah, your mobility in your shoulder. There's also a lot of fascia. Fascia is that interconnective tissue that's wrapped around every ligament, every muscle, every bone. It's like a spider web, and it's really, really dense. So you have to be aware of all that. So you go to where you can go, okay? And then you just stay there. So it might be here. It might be here. Okay, so just go where you can go. Doesn't matter where that is. Now, while you're doing this, make sure that you're comfortable where you're seated, and making sure that you're not going like this down, and you're not looking up, but your head is right in the middle, and then your tip of your nose is just going forwards. Okay, and just take a few breaths. Just notice what's going on here. This is really good for the openness up and through the chest. Good. Breathe. Okay, and then you can release that. If anyone wants to go grab a chair, you can very welcome to go grab a chair. Okay, so relax the shoulders. Notice where you might have held on a little bit too much. You're going to notice it right away. In the shoulders, yeah, you're going to notice. So next time, you just go a little bit softer. Okay, so now do the other hand. The other hand, because you automatically went to your more dominant, the one that was more comfortable. We always go for comfort first, right? So let's do the other way. So we're going to hold on to the other hand is on top. You might stay here. Then maybe you can walk your hands to your wrists. Then you can go a little bit deeper if you want to towards your forearms. And it's like you're an explorer, right? I mean, you have the slightest idea what's going to happen. And then you can walk your fingers towards your elbows if that works for you. If it doesn't, don't do it. Okay, so find out where you are and then see if you can just stay there, wherever that may be, and breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. See if you can keep your head at neutral, that you're not looking up, you're not looking down, you're keeping your head right in the middle, and you're breathing. And then when it's time to let go, let go. And all of a sudden, things are going to be, it's like the only analogy I can think of is when I take my hair out of its ponytail and my hair, each hair hurts. You know what I mean? How, yes, you know what I mean. Okay. So the same kind of thing when we let go of something, it's like, all these little, all over the place. So yeah. Okay. So shake those out. Good. Excellent. Okay. And now you can lie down if you want to lie down. If you're not going to lie down, you don't have to lie down. Of course, I don't have a chair up here. That's okay. Okay, so we're just going to finish with a twist. So if you want to stay in your chair, you're very welcome to. And those at home, if you're on a chair, you stay in your chair if you want to. Okay. So settle yourself once more on the ground. Do you want to use the knee pad or the block as a pillow? You can totally do that. And just take a moment, just settling. Okay. And then once you're kind of settled, you're going to bend into your knees and we're just going to sway them side to side. If you're sitting in your chair, you're just going to open up your legs a little bit more and just move them gently side to side. So gently moving the knees from side to side. Now you have the option of, as the knees move, your head might move in the same direction, or it maybe moves in the opposite direction. Don't force anything, okay? You're just gently swaying the knees, swaying the head, side to side. So bending the knees, yeah, just swaying those knees, side to side. And your arms can go wherever you feel comfortable. Maybe they're out to the side, maybe they're above your head, behind your head, maybe cactus arms. Maybe one hand's at your heart space, one hand's at your belly space, both at your heart, both at your belly, whatever feels natural to you. We're just going to create some movement in that spine, just kind of bringing it back to more of a normal place, because believe it or not, we did move our spine quite a lot. So just bringing it back nicely, gently. Okay. So now keep those knees lifted, but keep your feet on the floor. You're going to lift up one foot. So you might want to cross it over. And we're just gonna do that ankle. You can lift the leg up if that feels better for you. We're just gonna move that ankle around. It's because we were on our feet quite a lot. So just slowly move that ankle around, getting some movement into the ankle. And if you're sitting in a chair, you just lift up your foot and move your ankle around. Round and around and around. Creaky, cracky, it's totally fine. See if you can wiggle those toes around too, whether you have socks on or not. And then go in the opposite direction. It's like musical toes, musical ankles. Yeah. Yeah. And then when that ankle feels released, then bring that foot down and then you can do the other foot. So round and round. Nice and slow. Again, noticing this ankle feels different, is different. Wiggling those toes around in the opposite direction. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. And then when you're ready, you can bring that foot down and then you can just totally relax. Bring your legs wherever they feel comfortable. You can keep them bent if that feels good. You can stretch them out. Gently close your eyes and then just relax. Maybe do a little check-in with yourself, just noticing all the different parts of your body and how they're feeling. What's happening up in your mind, what you're thinking about. How your emotional state is at this moment. Noticing the way it feels to breathe in and breathe out. Giving yourselves this permission to just be without having to do anything. Very peacefully allow your breath to deepen. Begin to bring movement back into your body, wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. Take a moment, give yourself a nice big stretch. Stretch right through your whole body. Maybe pointing your toes, maybe flexing your feet. And then rolling over and coming into a comfortable seat for a moment. I'm not here for very long because we're closing. But get comfortable. The more we practice sitting in a comfortable way, the better it is. Sitting is okay. You just don't want to do it for too long. You don't want to go for hours and hours and hours. Okay. So let's take a moment, close your eyes, and just do a check-in with yourself. How are you feeling? And then taking some reflection on your practice today, what you notice about the practice, how you responded to some of the movements that we did, the way you were breathing, different things that were happening in the practice, whatever that may be. What you noticed. Okay, on your next breath, bring your arms up, hands together, down towards the heart, bow into those hands and give yourself some gratitude. First of all, for showing up for yourself, for doing something beneficial for yourself, trying and exploring and maybe finding out something new about yourself. Even when we're even a little bit older, we find out all these different things like, wow, I can do that, or I didn't know couldn't do that, or whatever it is. It's amazing. We're always exploring and finding new things about ourselves. And we will feel gratitude towards that and towards everyone else in this space, helping to share that energy. And we will finish with Om, the sound that's already in our bodies. Take a breath in through the nose. Sigh out. Breathe in for Om. Om. Namaste. That was lovely. Now, I'm not saying that Om is going to come out on the video. It probably won't. Just because we get to that frequency, which, yeah.
It sounded
But
great.
thank you.
It sounded amazing.
It did sound amazing. Good. I'm glad. Good. Any questions about our practice today? Any questions? Remember, this is a practice for you, and you make it your own. Okay, I'm not going to make you force you. I do not have a whip up here. I'm not going to whip you into submission and try to make you do something that you don't want to do. You find out what works best for you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.